be with you momentarily and with more people showing up. Okay. Well, hello to anybody who's watching. Yes, because I, of course, stated a while ago that I was going to be live streaming on the weekend, and here I am now on a Sunday, uh, doing some streaming and all, and yeah. So yeah, first off, because started to grow another goatee and such, and yeah, because I started to, of course, let some facial hair grow again, but it's not going to last long because as soon as I, get back to recording some more, because I've made this statement before where, and even giving anybody those who are friends with me and have done collabs with me, I've given the heads up that, yeah, a while ago, just a couple days ago, the tablet that I've been using for a long time, it broke, and now, as of now, expecting to get a new one. So that's a good sign. So it'll be here in a few days, and once it's here, everything's all good and set. I will resume recording what I usually do when it comes, yeah, from say reviews and reactions. And once I resume doing some reviews that I've already planned, I will be shaving. So yeah, but that's nice to see we have 3 likes. But hopefully more people show up. So I even got Well, I've got my TV playing, YouTube. That I always have something on the background, and I've probably talked about this before. You ever like? Here's the thing. You ever have those times where you might be busy with something? You might be recording something, anything like when it comes to YouTube. In the case of me, you have something on the background. Of course, you'd have the TV muted, but I'm just saying, it's what I do. I do, and I hope that for anybody watching, hope your weekend has been going pretty good. And now that this weekend is wrapping up, and until the next weekend. Yep. Anyways, by the way, I might as well get one of my puppet characters out. Anybody see the latest puppet video that came out? Which has me. G'day, viewers, it's Louie, the crocodile puppet. Yeah. And we had a few comments earlier. Yes, we did, Louie. But one here, coming from Jacob. Hi, do you want to post reaction videos to Tobias and the Half? The greatest... Possibly. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And on account of the list of videos I have plans to react to, whichever one comes to mind to me, I'll react to next, and from there on. Yep. Just go with the flow, mate. Yeah. Surely anybody who do reaction videos in the case of him, always, choosing what to react to, then on to the next, then on to the next, and so on. Okay. Colton Brownie. Okay. Hope you've been well, man. Well, it's good to see you. I know that profile picture. Yeah. Well, you look familiar, don't you, mate? Yeah, so again, if anybody had seen the latest puppet video that came out as of yesterday, and earlier today, behind the scenes, yep. And this guy right here, because, it's been a while since he's been in any puppet videos. Well, that's because there have been many times where I haven't done any puppet character of mine for quite a while, and it just feels right, of course, to have them, be one of the main stars of what's going on in a puppet video I do. You know what I'm saying? Just, good thing I was there with Gorgon and Butler. Yeah, they were playing some golf. Gorgon, the AP, was not good at it at first. Nope. He was not. Kogios is here. Hope you've been having fun. Of course, I have. And I've already stated this, but I'll state it again, where if anybody saw the community post, where I talked about mentioning that the tablet that I've been using for many years, when it's come to doing reactions most prominently, but also been using the tablet for my resource, like pulling up some stuff when I'm doing the reviews. Well, it broke, and yeah, as of now, a new tablet is going to be on its way in just a few days. So once that's here, etc., I'm going to get back to what I've been recording. But here's another thing to point out. I technically did point this out, but I'm going to point it out again to make a note on this, where there have been other... I've recorded more chunk of videos before the tablet broke. There's tomorrow... I'll go ahead and announce this. Tomorrow there's going to be three reactions coming out. And seeing as how tomorrow is going to be the last Monday for this month, so there's going to be 3 reactions. The three new reaction videos that are coming out tomorrow, I recorded them earlier before the tablet broke. And after those 3 reaction videos come out, there's going to be one more that'll come out later that marks the last one that I did before the tablet broke. Okay? So, I've recorded a lot of a good chunk of videos ahead of time, and so on, and they'll be coming out a little later. Heck, some reviews that I have recorded, they won't be coming out until, say, next month and the following month. Yeah, so I've so far recorded a few reviews that will not be due until, say, June. So there you go. Okay, Colton Browning. I've gone by so many... Oh, okay. At this point, so I'm... Okay. Oh, yeah, I knew it. See, I knew it was you. I had a feeling that was you, but it's good to see you, Colton. Hey, I'm always down for any new projects of yours, my bro. You keep me posted. Jacob now comments, I mentioned that the Marvels is considered the black sheep. Yeah, I think you have before. If you commented on my review of the Marvels about that. Uh, of course, I'm always staying busy. Why would I not keep staying busy? Because it's like I don't like say what you will about Super Mario Logan, but I once heard from Super Mario Logan is just when it comes to doing YouTube, just don't stop. And he's right. There's no point in stopping. What's the point? You do what you're good at. In the case of me, what I'm good at when it comes, for me, when it's come to reviews, reactions, unboxings, and in the case of puppets, mate. Yeah. Yeah, how many of you enjoy the puppet videos, huh? I wonder. How about this time we get more characters out? So, yeah. Let's see. Actually, let me go ahead and get this guy out next. And I have an interesting thing to mention. You know what? I've been meaning to not keep putting him in this bag, so sit you down for a moment, Louise. I need both hands for this. Hey, the brilliant Jay-Z. How you doing? Alright, so... Hello, everybody. It's me, Bob. Yes. So you've seen a while back, Bob appearing in a couple of puppet videos. That's the first time that both me and him were on screen together. That is right, Louis. That is right. Yeah. Oh, how'd you know my name already? You've seen me before, have you not? Yes. Here's the thing. If you've been keeping up with, been following me for a long time and watching the puppet videos, you know that there was a time where Bob was a finger puppet. Well, I have an interesting story to share, because I don't know what happened. I think at some point, either around, like, say, late 2024 or whenever, just like, in between, like, sometime in 2024, without me realizing, for some reason, at some point, I lost the finger puppet that was Bob. And then eventually, I managed to find a pretty good, decent, replacement and just, the next new look for Bob. And in this case, a big hand puppet. Yep. I look pretty good, this makeover. Now I'm big, and look at the size compared to us, I'm about the same height, well, the same size and, you know, next to you. Yep, that's right, mate. Yes. Oh, it's good to have a new body. Indeed, Bob, indeed. Yes. But yeah, so... And the finger puppet that I used to have of Bob, well, he used to... Because that lion finger puppet specifically had no arms. Yeah, so... But now this new body for Bob does have arms. Yes! Oh, it feels good. Alright. I'll set you aside, Louie. Alright, mate. I need to look at the comments. Yeah. Jacob now says, the Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Yeah, I mean, hey, even before the remake came out, already the collab, of course, yeah. Some of those that made their entries, they were poking fun at the remake of Snow White even before it came out. Yes, that was a crocodile that you just saw. Brilliant, Jay-Z. I'll get him out once again. Somebody call for me? Yep, popping back in for a moment. You summoned a crocodile? Croaky. Alright, there you go. Okay. Kogias now says, I didn't see last year's Snow White or, okay, I just wasn't feeling that interested. Well, if you got Disney Plus, then if you ever feel the need to check them out, go ahead. Of course, I don't suppose you've already seen my review of the Lilo and Stitch film, Kogias, have you not? If you haven't, then just, like, yeah. I've said my piece, and, one commenter, like, he understood and was very positive with what all I had to say about the Lilo and Stitch remake. Yeah, because, and I think I make a good point. What I said in my review of the live action remake of Lilo and Stitch, far better than say Snow White. Yeah. But for me, Snow White, and as I do this live stream, I have still yet to do my review of the live action remake of Snow White. The time will come when it comes. But point being is that even I think, yeah, I made a YouTube short about this, I'm pretty sure, about what I thought of Snow White. The Snow White remake, I thought it was okay. It's harmless, just that's all there is to it. And I understand completely that it had bad luck. It did. It did. But at the same time, look, we're all entitled to our opinions on films and how we feel about them. So for me, well, you heard it right there, what I've had to say about Snow White. So I'm a casual fan of the original. Of course, I would understand that. So I didn't feel. I get it. I get it completely. So yeah, don't get me wrong. It should be that simple, everyone. Entitled to opinions on films, even if it comes to remakes, like the Disney ones, for example. Yes, indeed. You still have not got this. I need to clip this off. There's a bit of a tag still on his ear. Ugh, better do that as soon as possible. I'll try to remember, Bob. Yeah. I also need to. Or I can. I only have. I don't know what the. I have two. I don't know where the second one is, but I have one. I have one stick rod that goes with one of the other puppets I have, Officer Carl. I guess maybe I can borrow that and swap it and put it on Bob's one of his arms. But I might get another one. We'll see. Yeah. All right. So if also in the title of this live stream, Q&A is also in there. So if you have any questions, go ahead, shout it out. I think that the Disney remakes are yeah, they can be hit and miss. I think that some are bad, including well, some are better than. Of course, you have to say that, Kogias. You think that you think that Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland is better than the animated film, which, on the contrary, the live-action Alice in Wonderland film, it's mixed. It's very mixed because it's not really a remake of, like, say, the animated film, nor does it follow the same story that we have seen in so many other film adaptations of Alice in Wonderland, where Alice first encounters Wonderland, she follows the White Rabbit, and so on, so on. No, because in Burton's Alice in Wonderland film, no, that had already happened. In the timeline for this, it's many years later. She's now older, and now she's now returned to Wonderland, and there's big consequences in Wonderland. Okay, kind of going in that it goes in that same direction as, like, say, Steven Spielberg's Hook. Then fast forward after Alice in Wonderland, in 2018, we had Christopher Robin doing the same thing, where our main protagonists, in the case of Peter Pan, Alice and Christopher Robin, each three have grown up, and now their knowledge and memory of the places they've been to, not so good. But of course, until very later on, it starts to come back to them. So there you go. Let's see. Star Glitch Voids. Okay, good to see you. Greetings and salutations there. Same to you. My dear fellow pals and gentlemen, yeah, I'm doing alright. Now Kogia says Tim Burton's Alice Wonderland is even better. Oh, okay, in the book. You're talking about the book? Okay. Well, I have not read the book, but, I would think, Johnny Depp, because come on, it's Johnny Depp we're talking about. To me, his the Mad Hatter was good. Yeah, he pulled it off pretty good. So I also like Mia, what's her last name? Who was Alice? I thought she did good too. So, which, if anybody's seen my review of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, go check it out. Yeah, if you haven't yet. Yes, Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. Very interesting. Yep, indeed so. And I don't mean that in a negative way, of course. Yes, I know. I know her. I know her last name, but I have. You know me. Sometimes, guys, I've said this, and God knows how many reviews I've done where I have. Don't we all? We always have trouble mispronouncing names and words. It'll never fail to happen. So. By the way, guys, sometime a little later, I will be prepping dinner. And you'll get to see that. Like, at some point, and when I feel up to it, then, yeah, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod, my phone, in the case of being the camera, and you'll get to see me prep up dinner. You've seen that before in some past streams, so there you go. Hmm. You're having pizza tonight? Yeah, I believe so. But I think so, as well as say some fettuccine. So, has anybody ever tried fettuccine? It's quite good. Looking for something, Bob? No, I'm just moving around. You know, if I'm not talking, I should still be kept alive. Yeah. Hey, it's just like in the case of the Muppets. You know, sometimes, like, always trying to the Muppets still be alive some ways, even when they're not talking. Star Glitch says, "Did you see? Ah, did you seen the Back to the Pilot? Yes, I have. Uh huh. Yeah, that's a really good episode. Speaking of puppets, Kogia says the ventriloquist is a villain that I think you should be in a. You mean Scarface? Yeah. Wait a second. You think like you wanna? You think you'd see me like you vision me playing the part of the ventriloquist? Wait a second. Oh, I misread it. I'm sorry. I misread it. Speaking of, yeah, Scarface. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the new DCU. Robot Boy Animations, hello. Welcome. Welcome. Yes. Ah, alright, this. No, he hasn't yet, but he can if you want to let him. I'd be an honor to. I'm well aware of, say, Croc and Mordecai. They appeared in yours at one point, a little while back, so why can't I? Also. By the way, because I've never really talked about this before, maybe I have, like, a few voices of the puppet characters of mine, they're based off of others, like, in the case of Bob, and one of my other puppet characters named Professor Shark, their voices were based off of a couple of characters, as if anybody remembers, the Potter Puppet Pals. Bob's voice being based off of Severus Snape, Professor Shark's voice being based off of Dumbledore, again from Potter Puppet Pals. But I also come to realize that probably not just Snape, but also it's like to me. I think I've come to realize that Bob's voice is a mix of, say, Professor Snape from Potter Puppet Pals and Archibald the Asparagus from Veggie Tales. What do you think? Does it sound like it? Because, taking after Potter Puppet Pals, Professor Snape, and Archibald. Yeah, I'd say so. Okay. Okay, Kogia says, I hope that the DC universe has some Batman villains that haven't been in. True, yeah. Well, I mean, look, hey, it's like we're getting Clayface. Clayface is getting his own movie. You know, we have also, when it came to the first Batman film with Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson, we haven't had that marked the first time in a long time we had not gotten, say, the Penguin and the Riddler in a Batman film, you know? Each of them. Because the last time we had seen those characters was, say, in, you know, Penguin and Batman Returns and the Riddler and Batman Forever. So there you go. And that was great to see that, you know, those two got their spotlight. And on account of how many times we had been getting, like, say, each Joker and Catwoman. So, you know, not as, like, you know, we love those, you know, we all love those two characters in the world of DC Comics and with Batman, but still, you know, give the other big Batman arch enemies their spot, you know? And as I said, you know, when it came to the Penguin and the Riddler. And on the contrary, that Joker, he appears at the very end of the first Batman film, where he has a little interaction with the Riddler. Now, that was nice and all, because, you know, I mean, not that I'm complaining. Okay. Yes, I will. I'll plan to be there. Okay, Robot Boy questions. Yeah, question. Okay, as I said, Q&A is in the title, so ask anything. If you ever watched my indie animation series, Robot Wars World, which character... Well, I'd have to look. I'd have to look and see which be my favorite. The X-Men... You misspelled X-Men. It's with an E. Yeah, but it's okay. Was becoming kind like a spin-off of Marvel, which it is. It's very similar, different. I mean, yeah, well, I mean, it even... The X-Men films, they predated the MCU. So there you go. Plus, I mean, it's like how they were brought to life in the films. Not that, not that it's a problem, but the costumes looking very different to how it was in the comics. You know, but thanks to the MCU and like yeah, I'm starting to characters having close, accurate costumes, especially when it's come to the X-Men slowly stepping into the MCU. Hello, Anchorman. Sniff. Sniff what? Although the series is currently getting rebooted, I'll post a model sheet. Okay, nice. Now Kogios asks, have you ever seen the anime Code Geass? No. And that's what's inspired your YouTube channel name? Who'd have thunk it? I sniffed for you, Anchorman. I don't know, like, don't know what you really meant by that, but still, I sniffed. I sniffed him too. All right, wait. Ah, okay. So there you go. You saw me sniff. You smell nice. Yeah. I'm gonna put Bob down for a little bit. Get my rest my hand, but I'll get some of the other puppet characters out shortly. Okay. Code Geass now says, I used to be Code Geass anime fan, but I think that... Okay. Code Geass? Okay. Well, my pals from So You Want to Be Imagineer, because how they still call you Code Geass, which I do too. Nice. And I messaged you earlier today, Anchorman, because I'm sorry I haven't gotten to the Penguin lines yet, but I'm going to. This time's been passing by, and it's like I've been caught up on other things. A lot on my mind is, you know. Sorry if I'm looking like off to the side. I mean, it's just I'm looking at myself. Like I sometimes I can't help it, but you know, there's the camera, so right there. Yeah, I mean, maybe sometime later this evening after I'm done streaming and all that, or maybe this week. Like whatever's gonna happen. I assure you, they'll be done. Thank you, Kokios. Yeah. Did you see the final season? I have not watched Smiling Friends. No. But I'm well aware. I mean, I know what it is. I'm especially well aware of. Does anybody remember Doug Walker's cameo in Smiling Friends? That was cool. But I also know the fact that, yeah, by this point, it'll have its third and final season. So. By the way, as I usually do, like, when it's come to most prominently vlogging, but also on streams, like talking about movies and all that, and we're talking about TV shows. As you guys remember, like, yeah, the last vlog I did, my dad and I, we went to go see Project Hail Mary, and we've said what we said about Project Hail Mary, and I'll say it again for me, that I thought it was good. I thought it was not bad, in a very positive way. And on account of what my dad commented, what he said about Project Hail Mary, it was a long movie, and maybe they should have trimmed some parts. Didn't bother me for once. Yeah, but there were a few instances where it's kind of like wondering, oh, like how far are we in? Like, when is it at the point that the film's gonna end? Like, you ever have those times? Just there's another. Who knows? Like, because maybe possibly because at some point this week, like, I've talked with my dad. We plan to do some walking, some hiking. Well, not hiking, just walking to get some exercise. Which maybe I might do a live stream by then when we do that. I've done it before, and thankfully, where we've done some walking has had some decent signal. But I mean, on the contrary, because even as of now, like, where exactly I live, there's some parts of the road where a satellite has been installed, has been put up, and yeah. Anyways, but we'll see what happens. But besides, like, the plans for me and my dad doing some walking, I'd love to try and catch another film in theaters. Like, most prominently, Michael. Michael's recently come out, so we'll find out. Play it by ear. So, I mean, there's always, you can always check it out when it comes out on streaming. So, did you, Star Glitch asks, did you see the deleted scenes of The Simpsons? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. And Jacob Dreamworks now says, does Planet reference a lot of Snow White? How am I supposed to know? I genuinely don't know. I have no full knowledge. Kogias now says, did you? No, I have not seen it. I can tell that it's like I'm not going to have any plans seen in theaters. I didn't see the first one when it came out, and at that time I chose not to for reasons like at that time. It was at that time, okay? Yeah. Well, that's a good one, Anchorman. Seen Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah. Starglitch now comments, I saw the American Dad characters were... Yes, yeah, exactly. And that one random episode, like, the one episode that randomly opened with a crossover with Family Guy and American Dad. And that episode where, the main plot line where at one point Peter's lost and now becomes like a wild animal or something. That episode. I mean, that opening sequence where American Dad and Family Guy cross paths, and which turns out to be a nightmare slash dream for Peter. Like the Smiths moving into Quahog, like that was planned for a different Family Guy episode early on, like for a special episode, but that didn't come to be. So yes, Kogias. Blue's Clues was one of my jams as a young kid. Like, yeah, it was like when I was a toddler. Give me a break. I can't remember. I want to say, like, yeah, I first started watching Blue's Clues like when Joe stepped in. Okay, obviously I watched a good majority where it was Steve. Okay, it overall was it was mixed. From Joe to Steve's, yeah, either one. It was a mixture of them, basically. People are what specifically? What for? What? Because of when Blue's Clues was rebooted? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways. Now Kogia says Steve Burns from Blue. Now, yes, I actually, yeah, I am subscribed to that. Why would I not be? I have a feeling Pixar Animation Studios has Toy Story 5 will be. Well, it already was. It's already been confirmed that the rating for Toy Story 5 is PG. So they're mad at it because it, like my response on this. Here's my perfect response on Blue's Clues, as you said, Anchorman, celebrating Pride Month. Nowadays, by this point, kids have to be aware of this stuff. They're gonna know this eventually. They're going to. So yeah, that's simple as that. Which video? Uh, maybe it was one of the Legos I've seen. Yeah. It's just like here's a good explanation. Here's a good example because of the whole Blues Clues Pride Month thing. Well, when in the case of the Wiggles, does anybody remember when they introduced Shirley Shawn Unicorn, the non-binary unicorn? Even I brought this up. Has anybody seen me and my dad's review of the Wiggles documentary? I made this very clear. Nowadays, and we're at that age where kids, this generation of kids, have to know this stuff. They're gonna know one way or the other, and I think it's rightfully so. Certain kids' entertainment stuff, in the case of the Wiggles, how they introduce and have the kids be aware of this. When you think about it, that's all I can say. They need to learn that pride. Yeah, yeah. It does because it exists. It's simple as that. There you go. Anyways, um, let me see what else to mention. I was talking about movies and oh yes, because I also will point this out because I announced it. I announced it earlier that because tomorrow's a Monday, and I think by now you know that every Monday and Friday there's reactions. Well, for tomorrow's reactions, it'll be three. One of the three. Okay, neither one of the three is going to be a reaction video of trailers. No, because there have been times where there will be some Mondays where there won't be a reaction video to a batch of trailers. So yeah, tomorrow's not happening. It'll happen more than likely. It's I'll be back reacting to some trailers next Monday, not tomorrow, next Monday, which will be the first Monday of next month. There you go. And come to think of it, because the first Monday of May, well, after tomorrow, once again, there will be three reactions for the first Monday of next month. Because I am considering on doing a reaction video, one of the three being a reaction video to something Star Wars. More than likely say YouTube poop. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, here's the thing, because if it goes well, I mean, if whatever happens, like I've mentioned this to my dad recently that maybe he and I should do our reaction to the final Mandalorian Grogu trailer, and yeah, because it just feels right to react to the last one since pretty much me and my dad we've reacted to all of the trailers for Mandalorian Grogu that have been coming out. So yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, let's see. Star Glitch. Oh. If Family Guy would get a Disney special, we'll see about that. I mean, hey, in one of the Simpsons shorts, exclusively on Disney Plus, Stewie Griffin appeared in one of them. Yeah, which is pretty cool. I love it when Kevin Bacon said, "Drag is art and drag is a right." Did he say that in a positive way? You have to throw in because what, his last name is Bacon, because the bacon food. Yeah. Not that I'm just like, I'm just simply saying like, really, because I didn't expect you with a bacon emoji. Anyways, jumping back to what I said early on, I mentioned that I've so far recorded a good chunk of reviews and reactions. Just overall, a good chunk of videos from, say, reviews and reactions that have yet to come out. You know? Some that won't be, reviews that won't be coming out until next month as of now. And even for the following month, June. Yeah, so I've so far recorded some reviews that won't be here until, say, June. And I've also so far recorded one review that is not due until July. Oh well, I'm on a roll technically. It's just to get some of them done and over with. And I don't think it matters, right? Right, guys? Where, like, say in, like, on the contrary, there's a couple of more videos to come out where I before I had a haircut. But probably, yeah, by the time that what I had recently recorded and that are not due for next month and the following month, then July, my hair will be grown out some. It doesn't matter overall. So, unpopular. Wait a minute, I missed a few comments. Family Guy should do the prequel. Who knows? Unpopular opinion from. Oh, hello, Nate. Yeah. I prefer Family Guy humor to Simpsons. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You know, you're playing Lego Dimensions. Nice. Boy, you're lucky to still have that. I sadly lost mine a couple years ago. Oh well. Stuff like that happens. It is what it is. It's a part of life. If 20th Century Studios would make another multiverse, why are we all of a sudden talking a lot about Family Guy? How did this happen? Just, I'm not complaining. Just, um, technically South Park and Family Guy, they've kind of crossed paths. Yeah, granted, Trey Park and Matt Stone, they're not fans of Family Guy. Nope. I thought I lost my mind until I found them. You found them? Like, wait, you had them stored away somewhere at some point? Okay. Actually, hold on. Hello, Ralph YouTube. Nice to see you. Say what? Where's this going? Oh, you found the small. Oh, the Lego figures? Just them? Okay. And I'm doing fine, Star Glitch. Should I? Let's see where he goes. Let's see where this goes. Oh yeah, because I have Anchorman set up as a moderator. Yeah, moderator. Because that thing where you put a wrench. I am a Christian. Does that answer your question? I am. So yeah, I just answered. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. Like, just, we'll see what he does. We don't even know who Ralph is, anyways. He is like. Oh, you did. What? How many of? Okay, so I appreciate it. And what are the chances sometimes? But a what? Conservative? Well, I don't get into politics or anything like that for one thing, but I come from a family who are Christians, but a couple of my nose. But okay, I think I only have Anchorman set up as moderator. I think, but you're right. Yeah, you're right, Nate. Let's not get political, because just I made it very clear that I'm a Christian, and that's all. Okay, nothing wrong with that. We're good. Mm-hmm. Let me change it to something else on the TV. As I said earlier, I always have, I always have something playing on the background. Even like in the case that I'm doing live streaming, yep. Or again, if I'm recording something, I have the TV on the background. Of course, I have it muted. So, especially after when we were playing a game, You're all good, Scott. You're all good, Anchorman. You're all good. You're all good. Yeah. We were playing a game, because yeah, because of last night, because you weren't there, Anchorman, because this was a game night for me. Me and Nate, we were playing some we were playing some Cards Against Humanity. So, oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. What was I thinking? Because I don't know. Because sometimes with Cards Against Humanity, there's going to be cards like that. But okay, I had no full knowledge. I had no full knowledge what happened last night. I had seen bits and pieces, little sample, but I had no full knowledge of what happened last night. I did not. But that's insane. Like, I'm just genuinely wondering, because has it ever happened in the history of, say, when it's come to the White House? Someone managing to slip in a gun in the White House. I'm just genuinely wondering about that, because of course there's been in the history of presidents attempts to assassinate a president, but yeah. Okay, they weren't at the White House, and Ralph's back, For those of you that are moderators, yeah, I've set you up as moderators. Get Ralph out of here, because Ralph, we don't need your attitude. So, and you're entitled to your opinion, Nate. You're entitled to your opinion. Not Nate, Scott. Gotta slow down. Um, as I said, yeah, someone get Ralph out of here. Thank you, Anchorman. Thank you for hiding Ralph. Because we don't need that kind of stuff. We do not. So that those kind of commenters. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah. Here's another thing. Nate will know what I'm talking about, because I don't know how many of you follow one of my friends, Wildcard M Page. Actually, because I introduced Nate to M Page and the others. But point being is that on M Page's streams a couple of months ago, there was someone who starts with the letter R. His name starts with the letter R, named Rupert. Oh my gosh, Rupert was a handful. You know what he attempted to do? You know what he did? You know what he did a couple of times? When he would slip into joining in the games, like, say, Jackbox, he slipped in the N-word. He flat out did so. He did. And Nate knows what I'm talking about. He's been there. He's a witness. Yeah. So Rupert, we nickname him Rupert Loser. Yeah, so he slipped in the N-word in a couple of M Page's streams. So there's our example right there. So it was at the Hilton. It was at a Hilton in Chicago. Okay. All right. I get you. So it was at least, yeah. I mean, we can concur. Like, we're entitled. Everybody's entitled to their opinions when it comes to politics and such. Not me. But point being is that I think we can all concur that it's inexcusable if there's gun violence wherever, even if it comes to, say, the White House. Facts, okay? I think we can all be entitled to that. So there you go. Well, Anchorman, as I said, you don't know him because, yeah, one of my other YouTube friends, his name is M Page. And again, Nate knows what I'm talking about. Again, he's a witness. He's been there. In a couple of M Page's streams a couple of months ago, there was someone that his name is Rupert. When slipping in and joining in for some Jackbox games, because obviously, Anchorman, I'm assuming you've played Jackbox and you know how most of the Jackbox games works. Like you type in something, like, yeah. Well, whenever Rupert came up and all that, he typed in the N-word. So, yeah. And Nate, by all means, you can, yeah, thank you, Nate, because, like, yeah, you can say your part on Rupert, to explain it some more. He's still a meme. Yeah, from me and Nate and everybody else, just poking fun at Rupert. So, and Anchorman, I'll send you a link to M Page's channel. I'm gonna do it after the stream. I'll send you a link to his channel on Messenger. That'll work. I'm glad, yeah, because I'm glad you agree, Nate. I'm sure all of you would agree too. Because despite our anybody's opinion with politics and all that, we can all agree because the White House, like like gun violence and all that at the White House, that's just inexcusable. So Starglitch is still commenting about Family Guy stuff. Not that I'm complaining, but and I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up with comments. You know, did you see the work print? Maybe, but I have seen it's on YouTube. I've seen the original version of the pilot because, like, yeah, that that definitely had that had some '90s music to it. Well, I think no, I want to say the opening music to the original version of the Family Guy pilot. It the music had like an '80s vibe to it or something. Yeah, even the colors, like, golly, the way it looked. I mean, yeah, some of the characters' clothing, their colors on the clothing were different. So, in fact, Stewie, he had like green and purple on him, and I think yeah, Lois had a different, yeah, she had a different colored shirt, and Chris had like a darker blue shirt. Yeah, something like that. So, okay, what is it, Anchorman, that you came up with? All right, Nate. Be careful what you say. Just we all should. Anchorman, to answer your question, but regardless of who's president, I always respect the. Yeah, and I would feel the same way because I just stay away. I just even yeah, I just I don't get into that stuff. I just stay away. So, oh, those coworkers that are getting to you, Anchorman, just like I'm sorry that you're still going through that. Because for those of you that don't know, in the case of you, Nate, because my bro Anchorman, he's if you don't mind me saying this, Anchorman, because where he works at, he he's always been struggling with some coworkers that've been picking at him, which is that's unacceptable. And Anchorman, no, I didn't say I like Trump. Okay, I just like I said, I just stay away from that stuff. I don't care whom. I didn't care. I don't care whom became president in the past and today. Does that answer your question? Just there you go. Give me one sec. I gotta blow my nose, cause yeah. Okay. Ugh. Like I said, I had to blow my nose. I like to quit, but hard to get dry. You still haven't have your. You still don't have. Yeah. You still don't have your driver's license, bro. Exactly, Nate. I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah. Just because you like someone or I like someone doesn't mean the other. That's true. The comments are going by fast. Because for me, I'd like to read every single comment, and no hard feelings to any other person who live streams. Like, yeah, sometimes it's just not always able to get to every comment, but in the case of me, I'd like to. So there you go again with that. Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out, this fan animation that you're doing, that you've done, so. So, I'll make, again, to make it very clear, I'm not into politics. I stay the F away from that stuff, so I don't care about the president thing and all that. I don't, so. I didn't say you were banned. I didn't. Hello, Blue Boy. Well, I don't go by Blue Boy, so. Yeah, I've meant to mention that because we haven't done a reaction collab in a while. But until, as I said early on, the new tablet comes in. Now I made this because since Anchorman and Nate are both here, I made a community post. It's all good, Anchorman. Look, bro, I love you, bro, and I respect your opinion. Okay, that's all that matters. But as I was saying, I made a community post where if anybody's seen it, Nate and Anchorman, you're one of those two. You're each of those friends of mine who's done review collabs with me. Where even I messaged both of you on Messenger where I am the tablet that I've been using, it broke, so I'm waiting for a new one to come in, which as of now it will be coming in a few days. So once that comes in, and hopefully I don't none of the complicated details have to happen, when it's come to setting up the account and all that, it could just be, hopefully without having to use the old tablet, it can still be done, transferring, I think you get my points. Those complicated words. What to specifically say? Yeah. Hayden McDougall. I've never heard of him. Well, I think, okay, Nate. I think Anchorman was bringing up an example because I brought up about Rupert having used the N word. There you go. That's, yeah. If anybody, if there were to be anybody on this live stream, if it would happen at any point, we best be prepared. We best be prepared if someone tries to bring up the N word. We'll be ready, and I know you will, Anchorman, because I've got you set up to where you can help out to ban whomever. So, and well. Just take it easy, Anchorman. Just don't let that get to you, okay? Just restrain yourself. Anyways. Oh. Alright. But let's at ease, everybody. At ease. What time? Alexa, what time is it?
Right now, it's 8:51 p.m.
8:51. Okay, so maybe in the next hour, or who knows? I'm probably gonna prep up dinner. So yes, yes. Which Justice League member you do? That's a good question. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Give me some. If you want to, give me some examples. I don't know. I mean, besides doing Penguin, what do you have? Do you have a Justice League? You have a Justice League character in mind for me to probably voice? Can I do? I can do. Oh, really? That's nice. Mike, I can some. Well, I can do. I think I can do Kevin Conroy. Yeah. Speaking of Kevin Conroy, I just worry Nate will stand proud over because. No, that's not the case. No, he won't. I learned that talking politics is a good way of. Yeah, it is. Good. Thank you for pointing that out. Again, we should all respect on each other's opinions. Okay, everybody's entitled to their opinions. Just because we have different views and opinions does not mean we have to go at each other by the necks. By the throat. Simple as that. Yes, yeah, Mark Hamill's Joker, yeah. Yes, Mark Hamill's Joker. Well, actually, mine, I feel like it's a mixture between Mark Hamill's Joker and Troy Baker's Joker. Hello, Batsy. Yes. Like, yeah, there's an example of me doing my Joker. Like I said, I think I've come to realize it's a mixture between Hamill's and Baker's Joker. I mean, on the contrary, because I feel as though that Troy Baker is kind of channeling Mark Hamill's Joker. So, I'm trying to find any voice. Okay, maybe Al Jordan. So, I have nothing. Even if you're appalled to, I have nothing against you, bro. I separate. Good. Okay. It'll be very interesting to hear how your Batman, your Kevin Conroy impression sounds, Nate. So, wait, because yeah, you do Batman voice. Yeah, you do Batman. So, you should do audition at one of. If how is that possible? I wonder. I'd love to, but yeah. But speaking of Kevin Conroy, I think Anchorman. I think you knew this before. Yeah, Nate. I don't know if you have. Because, hold on. Well, I have it somewhere. Actually, I think it's, yeah. Here it is. Yeah, it was in this other drawer. Oh, okay. If you're still, okay, what have I missed? How it sound. How what sound? Anchorman. And Nate now says, I think Christian Bale is the easiest, pretty much. Did you see my about you? No, I haven't. Okay. Okay, so I think Anchorman has seen this. For any of you else that have not, and I'm sure the same goes for you, Nate, because I don't think I've shown you this before. You've seen this before. Speaking of Kevin Conroy, back in 2022, I got to meet Kevin Conroy months before he passed away. Talk about that being eerie, you know, because yeah, the same goes for a lot of other people back in 2022, where you know those of us that got to meet Kevin Conroy, who'd have thought that he would be gone in the next months? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cause see, here's my autograph. Of my autograph from Kevin Conroy. Cause if you can, yeah, if you can read this type of writing, I mean, I think I know I can, but still. Yep. Yes, that's me. Yeah. You never got to meet, yeah. You never got to meet Kevin Conroy, did you, Anchorman? Now that I think I recall, yeah, because yeah, that friend, because yeah, that's right. Anchorman just now commented, guys. Anchorman himself got to meet Anakin Skywalker himself, Hayden Christensen. Yep, you are damn lucky, boy. Yeah, it's true. You are so lucky to have met Hayden Christensen. And before you met Hayden Christensen, you got to meet what's in face, whom is now live action Ezra Bridger. Whom, yeah, he made his debut as live action Ezra in season 1 of Ahsoka. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's his name, Raleigh Jefferson. My dream is to meet. Melissa, who's in The Walking Dead. Oh, that's nice. That's a good one. Yeah. I've met. I did a vlog of it before. I did a vlog of this where I met a voice actress who obviously has done some video games, but also some animation. This vlog I did, it was back in 2019. I'm blanking on the number vlog it is, but and the voice actress's name. But I had a pretty good, decent conversation with her, and with her appearing in the vlog. So yeah, I was dressed up as Spider-Man. So, yep. Yes, you also met Charlie Cox. Good for you too. I've met some of the deadliest. Oh, have you? That's interesting. All right, but also, here's something else from a convention. Um, Not an autograph, but it's a picture. Me and my dad, and you guys know who this is, right? Yeah. Ewan McGregor, good for you. You got to meet both Anakin. Well, not at the same time, but yeah, just like you got to meet each Anakin and Obi Wan. That's right, Tom Kenny. Eli, I also met Ray. Yes, Ray went crazy. When was? I'm blanking on it. Was that in 2023, or was that? Was that in 2024? Because the past conventions that my dad and I went to, well, there was one where I think it was 2024 because because the convention that my dad and I went to, Ray Park was supposed to be there. Unfortunately, when we got there, we went there on day 2, which was also the last day of the convention. He was not there. He was not there because my dad found out from a couple of people whom were dressed as the Ghostbusters. Apparently, it's even explained in the vlog. We didn't go into too much personal detail because of what was going on with Ray, but he didn't show up. He didn't check into the hotel, nor did he flew into West Virginia. All that. So yeah, he was not there for the entire for the convention at all that my dad and I went to. So, anyways, yeah, yeah. What'd you think, Nate? Because I showed the picture of me and my dad with Tom Kenny. Um, yes, yeah, that's right. You didn't meet. Oh, you didn't meet Ewan. You haven't met him yet. Okay. You met Corey Feldman's ex-wife. Yeah. That's cool, Nate. You met Dog the Bounty Hunter, and I met Dog the Bounty Hunter when I was working at Bass Pro Shops. He didn't want attention and thanked me for not bothering him as I didn't draw attention to him, but he was nice and talked to me. Well, that's good. And I would do the same thing too, because as much as I, of course, am a fan of this person and that, I would treat them very well and respectively. Like I'd like just want to have a simple conversation, and if anything, like would come up, like talking about what they've been and all that. It depends on what's going on. Just like yeah. Thank you, Nate. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that before, nor have I told you that I met Tom Kenny before. I'm talking to you, Nate. Of course. Uh, Alpachane Adventures. I hope I'm saying your first name right. Thoughts on. Well, I have yet to. I'm gonna wait and do my reaction to it. Every time that these specific trailers come out, I wait and do my reaction to them. So yeah. But. I've been looking forward to Coyote versus Acme even before now the trailers come out, you know? And I think for a lot of us, I've been following Coyote versus Acme for a long time. So, of course, we all remember when originally it was never to see the light of day. It almost happened. It was almost official, but not anymore thanks to Catch Up Entertainment. Good for them. They did the same for The Day the Earth Blew Up, and now they're doing it again for this. Yeah. I'm at, now we're getting into some stuff where we're talking about whom we met at conventions. That's good. I recently bought Black Spire. Oh, yeah, the Infinity Disc. Yeah. It's been a while since I played Disney Infinity, so yeah. The Power Disc, you can help me out on it if you want to, Anchorman, but yeah, where it gives you the costume for a costume for Spider-Man where he's in the black suit. Yeah. Have you heard? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah. And if you want to, you just in case send me a link to whatever video like where you do your Batman voice. Yeah. Fan theories are floating around that John Cena's character is the son of the Hackman chairman. Oh boy, that'll be interesting. Yeah, Steve Martin's character from Looney Tunes Back in Action. I mean, I don't even think come to think of it, because as if any of the past Looney Tunes films are canon. So I don't know. It's hard to tell. And on the contrary, well, no, because the last Looney Tunes movie we got that has live action to it was Space Jam 2. It'll be entitled Space Jam: New Legacy. That was the last one. Prior to that was Looney Tunes Back in Action. So now, because after Looney Tunes Back in Action, 2 decades later, we would get Space Jam: New Legacy, and then a little later, the same decade, now Coyote versus Acme. So they did Black Suit. Yes, they did. Yeah, I think Jeff Bergman would return of the. Yeah, I mean, pretty sure that Eric Abaza, if I'm saying his full name right. I have no doubt, of course. Yeah, of course he would come back to voice, like, say, Daffy and Porky, because we know so far that the Looney Tunes characters that are to appear in Coyote vs. Acme are, say, Daffy and Porky. So it's obvious that Erica is going to be voicing those two. Anchorman says, I thought it was funny when Bugs Bunny got. Yes. Yeah, because, like, in Back in Action, where he's doing. There's some Star Wars stuff going on. Even Bugs, he he called Marvin, what's up, Darth? So, yeah. And then igniting a carrot that's a lightsaber. Yeah. I mean, especially since, well, around the time when Back in Action came out, Star Wars was blowing up. We had the prequel trilogy happening. I mean, yeah, and the fact that Back in Action came out just 1 year after Attack of the Clones came out, and 2 years later, after Back in Action came out, then would come Revenge of the Sith. Yep. So, okay. Anyways. Alright, who's still here? Like, also voiced. He did? Oh, yeah, because I remember hearing that. I remember hearing that Bill Farmer and a couple of others. I'm blanking on it because Snorky the elephant. Is that who it is? Wish I could remember the names of the Banana Split characters, but point being is that I remember reading in the trivia of the film's IMDb page where, like, each different voice actors were considered to voice the Banana Splits. Bill Farmer was one of them. You know, I've yet to check out the Banana Splits movie, and on the contrary, I would save that for doing Halloweenish reviews. Yeah, because it's obvious. Which other TMNT characters could you voice? Hold on. I don't know, because I'd have to think of it. Like, maybe one of the turtles. We'll see. Yes, he communicated by making. Yes. Okay, so it's that character, Snorky. Yeah. Well, Snorky, I mean, yeah, he doesn't really have a voice anyways. As you just said, he makes honking sounds with his trumpet. Elephant trumpet. Trunk. And Starglitch now says, did you seen my voice impressions of the... Maybe. Yeah. Maybe you do Krang? Possibly. Yeah, I have to listen to his voice, but as if it matters, like, what voice to go for Krang. Does anybody remember, I don't know, because, like, I was just thinking of this, like, in one of the old Nostalgia Critic commercial videos, in one of them, like, when talking about a commercial of something related to Ninja Turtles, the voice of Krang was not the right one. It was a completely different voice. And then as a joke, like, Nostalgia Critic changing it to Tommy Wiseau, because, you're just a little chicken, cheep, 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 cheep. Yeah, it's true. It's funny. May I say what Sesame Street likes? I know what you're gonna say. Who all's still here? Well, I mean, yeah, Anchorman's still... What about you, Nate? Are you still here, Nate? Or did you have to leave? Something else came up. Once again, Anchorman. Yeah, Anchorman. I will. It's gonna be. It's gonna have to be after I'm done streaming. I'll send you a link to M Page's channel. So yeah. And I might just might as well. I mean, might as well also send a link to give you a link to one of the any of the videos that I was in, live streams that is, on his channel. So I've been meaning to get the other puppets out. I'm going to momentarily. Did make a voice impression of Roadrunner, yeah. But I forgot to make a video of it, maybe another... Okay. Meep meep. So. Alright. I had to get one of the other puppet characters out. How long have we been... Oh. Okay, so we've only been two... We're up to 1 hour in this. That's good. Okay. Do the dishwasher voice from Clone Wars, that chef that says, "You are a dishwasher." Yeah, I think I still got the voice. I can remember it. By the way, I look forward to when we continue reviewing the rest of Clone Wars. We've got 5 seasons left. Yeah, 5 seasons left. Yeah. I feel like I gotta put Croc in one of the other fingers. Not feeling too comfortable. Okay. Hello, everybody. Greetings. We're here. We're present in the live stream. Yep, you remember us, Croc and Mordecai the Wacky Vampire. Yes, hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Hope you all are having a good time with this stream. Be on good terms. Be kind. Be good. Yes, definitely so. That's what's important. Yes. I'm watching a show about Jeffrey Daw. Okay. Don't know what that is. Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, I know that name. I'm blanking on the image, but yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer. He's fine, I guess. I don't know. I personally don't know that much of him, so. No, you don't, Mordecai. Yeah. Alright, well, we've got, we're up to 1 hour in the stream. 6 likes. That's good. Yeah. Oh, it's that Jeffrey. Okay, I see now. The serial killer. Right, yeah. Right. It is Croc and... Yes. Yep. Which is... Yep. They are best friends. Also classic toon characters that became... Yep. I'm a wacky vampire. Besides, my eyes. They're not right. You could see. Yeah, and is it the Netflix show Monster? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't know, it's like, I feel like I've been meaning to check it out some point. I don't know. Oh, yes. Right, Eli? Because, yep. He played Quicksilver. I know that for a fact. Oh, yeah. What have we been missing? Not that much. Some good talks, about conventions and all that. Yes. Well, I think we better disembark, because, yeah, we weren't going to be here that long. Nope. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Alright. I might bring out Louis Bob maybe soon. Because, again, on the contrary, I'll probably want to eat. I want to prep up dinner soon. And also, because I plan on watching a film tonight. I'll go ahead and, just let me go and put I still have the autographs right here, so let me put those away. years. Where? Okay. Who's still here? Right. They like feet, basically. Only for counting. Alright, so this is one of the films. Still gotta get this stuff off. You know the packaging stuff on DVDs. Still bits and pieces left. But I was going to, yeah, just go ahead and show. I mean, even though there's right now not a lot of people here. What, you went off to do other better things? Unless something came up, I assume. So okay. Film I'll be watching this evening is this. Yeah, because I had recently gotten this. The franchise collection of The Nutty Professor, but I'm watching the second one. I've already seen the first one before, but yeah, I will be watching the first Nutty Professor film soon. On account that a review on the first Nutty Professor film is due soon. Yeah, you'll have to wait and see. But yeah, just again, point being, I have seen the first Nutty Professor, but I never had sat down and watched the sequels, so that's what I'm gonna watch. And yeah, so anyways, so if any of you have a copy of this, you know, because the franchise collection, like whether if it's like you have it like if you'd have it say on DVD, like on Blu-ray, but in the case for me, I have a DVD copy of it, just DVD. Um, yeah. So. Who's still here? Why don't you leave 5 people here? Leave a comment, because you know. And if you have any more questions, feel free to say something. Hmm. Let's see. Hard. I heard someone make a voice impression of Daffy Duck that he does say, "Man, I hate Thursday." Wait a minute. Is it Tuesday or Monday? Who knows it? You audience out there? Who knows it? You audience out there? Yeah, I have not seen that. Even if I still need to see it because I did my Daffy impression. There you go. Anyways, I know I said that. I think I still will. I'll have it in mind still to like have you tag along with me as I prep up dinner. Alexa, what time is it now? 9:16. Okay, so I think by this point I will prep up dinner. Yeah. So okay, I'll do so. Oh, actually, let me go ahead and put the disc in. Just hold on a second, guys. I had to put the disc in. Only one person's here? Where'd everybody go? It's like some point, like, you know, a good majority of people are here, but yet all of a sudden they're gone, so. Yeah. Oh, well, more people will be here soon. Like, you know, those will come back. But, meantime, because I'm going to put some stuff away, get it aside, and start to prep up dinner, which you'll be tagging along with me momentarily after I'm done here, so. Oh, wait a second. New comment here. What does it say? Hello there, Eli. How you doing? I'm doing good, Captain Gruesome. Detraminer. Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, good to see you. Well, I think you're the only person here, and on account that you just now left a comment. But in just a moment, I'm gonna make my way to the kitchen to prep up dinner. So, yeah. Okay. I just feel like, you know, you ever have those times where you feel like you got something jammed in your throat, or also in the case of sinuses. So, aye. And now 4 people are here. I'm checking something on the TV momentarily. Well, let me sit back now. Oh, and I did remember my grandpa did oh, that's cool. That's nice to know. Oh, okay. Da, 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 da. 6 people are here. It's good to see. But something I thought I blew my nose good, but apparently not. But like I said, I'm gonna be making my way to the kitchen momentarily after I check something here. Hi there, love watching your video reviews. Yep, thanks. Thank you. Who was it that commented that? Lance Jackson. Thank you, Lance. All right. Yeah, I think yeah, Nate left, and is Anchorman? Are you still here, Anchorman, or did you have to disembark too? Yeah, sometimes it wouldn't hurt to at least. Well, it depends. You know, if you feel like saying something, you feel like then you say it, but sometimes you don't. To acknowledge that you're disembarking the stream, so. I have, yeah. One sec. Sorry about that, guys. I got distracted. What did I miss? Only 2 comments that came in. Star Glitch says, I think my grandpa was born in 1942. Oh, really? That's interesting. That's cool. Lance Jackson commented, I remember watching your review. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed that. In fact, I was talking a little bit about that early on, but okay, guys. As of now, I'm about to have you come along with me as I now begin to prep up dinner. So, all right. Yep, I've done this before. So, all right. Going to fix dinner and all. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna be prepping up dinner and all that. So let me see. Get down like this, I hope. Maybe not. Nah, that's not. You can't see. You're not gonna see any that much. That looks about right. There we go. All right. So give me a sec, guys. All right. Reminder, you're seeing me prep up dinner and all that. Yep. Fettuccine's here, which I'm going to put in here for now. And fixing this pizza. Yep, having pizza tonight. Wait a minute, I don't do that. Don't do that. Like, press the wrong button. There we go. All right. What is this? I'm eating spice. Oh, that's nice. Yummy, 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 yummy. Cool. By the way, is it garbage? Is it garbage night for you, for all of you? Because I know one thing's for sure. For me, I'm gonna be taking out the garbage. So. Okay. All right. Should be good for right now. So. 18 minutes left for the pizza. What comment did you delete? Like, you just didn't like how it turned out, I guess? Okay. Turn off the light, because by this point I'm gonna be when I have dinner all fixed up, I I'm gonna basically then end the stream. Because, like I said, as I showed this earlier, I wanna watch the film that I'm gonna be watching this evening, Night Professor 2. So, yeah. Whew. All right. Okay. Changing something else on here. The TV. Because I've got YouTube up. I always have YouTube up on the TV. I think now Star Glitch comments. I think one of the VAs did make a Daffy. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Nice. Nice to know. Alright. I'm just putting this on because, like, I'm putting some stuff away, and I'm going to set this back down. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. This is flipping the camera. Okay. I'm just going to set the phone down this time. I had to move the chair back. The chair that you saw me sit in throughout this stream. Well, now, putting back in its place. Okay. Alright. This is like almost a studio company. Almost. But a house that I seen now, for now on. What does that mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Captain? Captain Gruesome? Are you referring to my house, or what? I've still been here. I mean, you came back. You're speaking of yourself, I think, Anchorman. All right. Now, for what's left of the stream, just me relaxing in bed. Yeah. All right, so keep commenting away, guys. Yeah, keep if you have any more questions, because Q&A and stuff. Yeah, I know you don't really need to say it, Anchorman. What? What? Say like what Sesame Street likes? Yeah, that's up to you, my friend. I'm sorry if I'm not being talkative right now. I'm just, checking. Trying to have something to play on the TV. YouTube and all. Starglitch now says, I did a Plankton voice impression for by saying that he eats a ghost pepper Karen. Now, Karen, where is the milk? I actually need it. The heat is super hot. I need ice cream. Oh, never mind. I had it. I even done a Plankton impression too. Long time back. Their episode where they show. Okay. But I don't remember that one. Well, I was doing Plankton. You know, I haven't even done a Tim the Bear voice impression, but yeah. But Tim the Bear, cause yeah, it sounds like this. Yeah. On the contrary, I don't know if it matters because Seth MacFarlane first voiced Tim, and then Jess Harnell, but. Hmm. Are you dancing in bare feet? Because we mentioned a bear, so. Well, on the contrary, Tim the Bear doesn't wear shoes. Would the stream mark now be up to 2 hours? I wonder. I don't know. I wish the Amazing Gamer will be in the stream for some. We'll see. Are you? I forget. Are you friends with Amazing Gamer? You know what? I saw this earlier. Maybe I'll do it next time. Where Hangout, but I have to do it. But I have to do it landscape. Not landscape, portrait. Maybe I'll do, maybe I can do that for another stream. Like maybe I'll do another stream in the next few days. We'll see what happens. I mean, on the contrary, there isn't gonna be any that much posts for this coming week, so probably would be a good opportunity to do another stream. And in the case where I can this time and for the next stream do one where it allows any of you to join in, because that option where you can do Hangout. So. Yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. But I'm sure Zoe could do it. I don't feel. I'm not sleepy, but well, come up to nighttime, so maybe. But like I said, I guess it doesn't matter, like for this weekend or this week. I hope I can get a. Yeah, I understand. Well, my best advice to you, bro, is that you shouldn't give up. If you shouldn't give up on your dreams, you just gotta keep trying. Just don't give up at all. Captain Gruesome now says, "I hear that Peter Griffin was singing. Why am I out of focus? Peter Griffin was singing like a cover song for saying pizza pasta put in the box." It goes on. A good Qui-Gon voice. Wait, was I doing Qui-Gon or you heard it before, or did I do it another time? I don't know. I even on account that like trying to do a Qui-Gon voice, that would mean I have to like do, well, for that matter, a Liam Neeson impression because he uses his natural voice. So there you go. Uh, well, I can't do it. What the Qui-Gon impression or Penguin? Because Penguin, I can't do while I'm live streaming. I'd have to do it when I'm done. So.
But if you're talking about Qui-Gon, well, it's either Qui-Gon or Penguin, whichever you're saying. Who will what? What are you now saying, Anchorman? How many more months are left down there? Like, for the pizza. I'll know. Like, I'll hear the timer go off. Did you? Okay, Star Glitch now comments. Did you see? Have you seen Cooking with Fred? Because he does make cooking recipes like SpongeBob. No, I have not. Wait a minute. Maybe I think if it's who I think you're talking about, I think so. Yeah, I think I've mostly seen him on Facebook. I've seen those videos of his on Facebook, but I have to really like check out on YouTube to see. So yeah, yeah. But I think I know who you're. I'm pretty sure I know whom you are specifically talking about. I think I've even seen where he's even like I've seen the one where he's um done the bacon pancakes, in Adventure Time. I think he did that. And with anything else he's done, I just have to look. I'm just distracted by the TV still. My coworker said Ted Bundy is a good guy as a joke. Okay. Okay. Well, why didn't you say that right? Just not long after you first commented, like, "Can I do?" But anyways, yeah, Qui Gon, because let me see, Qui Gon Jinn, like, I don't sense anything. You must see it to believe it. He is the chosen one. That's the best I can do for now. But I think I've just about got it. No. So. What else? Comments. I cannot remember who was the original actor who voiced for Brian the dog in the. But that had always been Seth MacFarlane. He had always been voicing Brian. Alright, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 9:48 p.m.
9:48. Well, guys, because it can show in the comments that it's what the time is, but guys, I feel like by this point, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and round things off because very soon dinner will be fixed, and I'm not gonna. There's not gonna be that much done. Not that much left to do fixing dinner. You saw me put the pizza in earlier, but yeah. To want me to leave? What are you talking about? Like, we always got to end the stream. We always got to end streams sometimes, but why do you not want me to leave, Anchorman? Feel lonely. Well, I great. Now you put me in a tough spot because I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Yeah, I mean, there's not enough people watching, and it's getting late. It's soon going to be 10 o'clock, so you know. But just overall, I think I might proceed to round things off. All right, Anchorman now comments. Which Lego Batman I use for video? You're asking for my opinion? Maybe the gray, I guess. Probably so. I mean, I maybe you have to send me a pics of your Lego Batman figures, so then I can get a better idea. Anyways. But yeah, guys, I think by this point, again, I'm just gonna round things off. And yeah, because Star Glitch made a good point. By this point, as of now, there's not enough people watching. So yeah, maybe some of them have already gone to bed. Maybe they haven't. But yeah. But guys, it was a lot of fun. It was fun doing this stream, and we'll see what happens. I'll try and do another stream sometime this week. Like I said, I don't have any other videos planned. Not that much. And especially on the contrary that the next batch of reviews is not going to be for the following week and such. You'll see, because there will be a tease post in the community posts for this channel. You'll see, but yeah. But like I said, because there's not going to be that many uploads for this coming week, probably more than likely, yeah, best opportunity to do another live stream. So yeah. But just overall, guys, I hope you had a great time with those whom joined. Big thanks to say. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta look at the from Anchorman, Delgado, Robot Boy, Reactivated Animations, Jacob DreamWorks, Alapachane Adventures, Captain Gruesome, Kogias, Brilliant Jay-Z, Nate, Lance Jackson, Andaya Killer, Colton Browning, and Ulysses Taurus. They were here earlier in the stream, but yeah. Yes, again, I'm going to send you the link to M Page's channel. As I said, after I'm done with the stream, which I'm now about to end it. So yeah, I made that very clear earlier. But yeah, so big thanks to those who joined, and I look forward to streaming again. I'll of course, keep you posted whenever I streams again sometime this week. Excuse me. See what happens. But just overall, thank you all for joining. You all have a good and safe night, and just be on the lookout for what's coming up next on the Little Blue channel and when I stream again. Yep. Till then, take care. Peace out, guys. Hope you enjoyed. You have a good and safe night. Bye-bye.